stuck at home and you don't know what to do. Hold on, baby, Rhonda Shear's got you. Grab your computer, log on, baby, you got the power. It's the Rhonda Shear Social Live. It's the Rhonda Shear Social Live.
When I say hair, and I'll get it working in a second, you just take a toast, a sip of whatever you got. I'm working with producers and directors tonight, and I can't make a button work. Gene, you're going to have to make this work for me, but in a minute. Standing by in the wings, an amazing gentleman who is now the senior writer producer for the Hallmark channel, which is amazing to me. He has done, Hallmark, we all know Hallmark movies. He also was at USA Network, where Up All Night was produced for 14 years, and he worked with Gilbert Gottfried for I think all of those years, and for me a couple of the years. He was a senior producer, writer for Howard Stern, and he has a best-selling children's book, The Bug-Barians. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. I'll ask him. I knew that he wrote children's book, but if you think about that, Howard Stern, Hallmark Channel, USA, Up All Night, Gilbert Gottfried, children's books, Howard, I don't know, it's crazy, and I think it's from his amazing brain, which is amazing. I'd like to introduce to you a dear friend of mine, Marty Bike. You there, Marty?
Nice to see you.
Good to see you too.
I do have, before we go any further, I do have a problem with the word hair at the drinking thing. We may have to chat about that later.
Head, we'll just talk about
hair is fine.
Hair. I've always loved your hair. You had a couple more, maybe, but you look the same.
Oh, you're too kind. You're far too.
So I thought, Marty, I always thought you were quintessential in New York City, because that's what I worked with you. You are, but you're living in Los Angeles right now with your fabulous wife, Joanne. And Joanne loves my bra, so we love her.
She
and
does.
the Rhonda Shear product line. So, but you've had an amazing career. It's fun. I'm really enjoying doing this. But then I go and I look back. Thank gosh I didn't know anything about you before. I just thought you were like this you scared me as a director. I know.
I've done my
I
job.
told you that. You did, because, the show moved to New York. I had no choice. So they were like, either you move the show to New York, the network was cutting back or whatever they were doing, you may have known. And they said, either you go to New York, not move to, but go do the shows a couple of times, every month in New York, or we're just going to find somebody else. I'm like, I'm going. I need the money. So anyway, you directed me and produced me for a year or two. And your style was so different. We had been doing, and we have Lou and Kat coming up with this sexy, all the girls out, and you got me more into the Gilbert Gottfried mode, which was very New York. And then when I look back on those shows now, they were wonderful. So thank you. Many years later, and I'm so sorry. I apologized to you when we were in Los Angeles promoting my book. I'm so sorry if I tormented you at all.
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
I may have. You were fabulous, and it was fun. You did such creative things, and they were just so way out there, and I think so ahead of the time.
You are far too kind. It really was a case of desperation and a lot of coffee, and brought you to New York. And we usually had to shoot 4 or 5 shows with you in 2 or 3 days.
Right.
And given the nature of the show, which was no money, a small group of people doing it, it really was an interesting time to do this kind of show. And I know that at first you didn't necessarily trust or understand what we were doing, but you went along with it, and you were a trooper. And actually, the truth of the matter is, I always knew you were talented.
Oh, that's sweet.
I basically thought, well, you had done the sort of bombshell character, but I kind of saw beyond that, and that's really what I wanted to work with.
And I love that. And the cast of characters and the regulars, as we had regulars, you had your regulars who have all gone on to do amazing things as well.
Yes. And none got paid.
And none got paid.
None got paid.
They still loved it. And they came back because they love working with you.
We offered a good lunch.
Gilbert. No, we always got a good lunch. And it was hard to go out there and fly from New York. I was, I am by nature nocturnal. So I was never awake for any of the shows we did, because I'd have to be on the set we'd be on the set like early. I think people think that we really did it live, when in fact they were taped and the days were long.
Well, the days were long. Partly we would do them during the day, and we figured out a way. It's for some of the shows to shoot during the day and give the idea that those are flashbacks.
Yes.
That happened. And one day after doing a few of those, I got a very unpleasant letter from one of the executives at USA telling me I can't do that anymore because the show was supposed to be at night. And to which I kind of ignored that letter. And
you know what's interesting? I have a feeling that story will come up from Cac and Lou, because we never really thought the network was watching us, and I don't think they were watching. So because you got away with so much with Gilbert, when I look at those shows, I'm like, oh my gosh, we were so ahead. You were so ahead in terms of making fun of the network and really teasing about things.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It was an amazing time in television, actually, early cable.
Well, the thing was, USA at the time.
Hi, Rhonda Shear, USA, up all night at American Trash in New York City at a bachelor
Wait, I
party.
know we're running some clips. Let's hold the clip.
The clown show. I remember this.
Wait, the clown show?
Yes, this was a tap dancing clown. We tried a whole lot of different things that went against or a different way from where you had been in Los Angeles, and there's a lot that we did do that. Based on my current employer, I can't really talk about.
I know some of the things that were the most uncomfortable. We filmed in the desert in Las Vegas. And I think people think of Las Vegas as being warm. It was the coldest I've ever been in my life. It was that desert wind whipping through. It was beyond cold. That was one of my memories. One time you had me washing windows on cars.
You were we asked you to do squeegee work in the middle of traffic.
Yeah. I mean, and it was reality television before reality. So I do want to ask you about, wait a minute. So I'm going to jump back to,
sure.
I mean, you have, okay, I'm just reading right off of, I don't know, one of your bios. You conceive, you create on air and off air promo campaigns for original movies and original series for Hallmark Channel. I mean, I know you're writing. I mean, so how did you end up, before going back to Hallmark, how did you end up with Howard Stern? And what was it like? I mean, I did a show a few times.
The truth of the matter is, when I was working at Up All Night, I became friends with the executive producer of the Stern Show, not Gary, but the TV show, a guy named Scott. And through a series of events, I ended up being a fill-in writer producer on the E! Show for Howard Stern.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
And that lasted about a year. And then after that, Howard had a syndicated show on Saturday nights that utilized some E! Show, but we provided a lot of other stuff, a lot of material. So I ended up working on that for about 4 years.
So was he as easy to work with as Gilbert Gottfried and myself?
I mean, the truth of the matter is, we basically would put material together and then send it to Howard for an approval or not. He actually didn't okay or not okay anything before we did it. We would just put things together and go, here, does this work for you?
And it would work.
And most of the time it would work. Again, I'll have to save it for my own book because there's way too many things that I did personally that I'm still paying penance for.
I love having you on here. That even makes me happy. I went with Gilbert. You know, we had Gilbert on a couple of weeks ago, and
I love that show. That was great.
Oh my gosh, he's so amazing now that he's this family man. Like he's still Gilbert. He can be out there, Gilbert. But
she knew what she was marrying.
She did.
She knew what she was marrying. So
she did great with him, and she's great for him. And I mean, he's still, amazing. Okay, so you did Howard Stern. Can't talk about all those things. Can't talk about all of Up All Night. But you produced Red Carpet. Was that for E!
That was for the Style Channel.
For the Style Channel. That's
that is one of those great stories where they hired me, realized what kind of writer I was, and they fired me. I had a lot of ideas that they didn't quite understand. I hired a psychic to predict what people would wear on the red carpet.
Oh, that's hysterical.
And they were like, wait, we don't understand that. How does that work? And I go, just go with me. They didn't.
I have to understand Marty's brain. Okay, so I guess there's a close, relationship between all of that and what's going on in your brain in children's books. The Barbarians, is that
Barbarians?
All right,
Yes.
tell us what that's about, because so many of us watching, so many of our people watching.
It's actually a children's book that Joanne, my wife, and I conceived of. She's the illustrator, and basically, it's a story of little Viking insects, bugbearians.
Oh, I love it.
Eh,
Okay, so you married Joanne, also has a vivid imagination as
she's
yourself.
she's a lot more stable than I am. Thank you.
So did you meet Joanne in New York or LA?
I did. Back before I started producing, I worked at an edit facility as an assistant editor,
Mhm.
and I met Joanne. She worked there as well. So we've been together
So
for.
lovely. See, I was terrified of Marty. In the meantime, he's the loveliest, sweetest boy. These guys like Gilbert, they have they ground them. They totally ground you. So, okay, so now you're at the Hallmark Channel, and it is a whole different. My best friend Chuck goes to sleep every night with a Hallmark movie. Like he's addicted to it, and I love them too. And they're kind of feel good sometimes. Like you think you know the plots, but what is that?
They are feel good. They are feel good movies. The entire channel is a feel good channel, really. And I mean, the truth of the matter is, on a real serious side, right now, given the circumstances that everyone's living in, Hallmark's doing very well.
I bet. Oh, I bet. This is the kind of, Van and I look for entertainment that's light and easy.
Mhm.
I don't necessarily want to watch the horror movies that we aired.
No one does.
We did watch Schitt's Creek and loved it.
Great show.
So but I will get to that with you. I had someone on recently, Sharon Needles, who opened my mind to the whole horror genre and why people love it. And of course, we had to watch a lot of these movies.
Sure.
And Gilbert really was into the movies. I love just being silly and being on air, I think. But
well, the truth of the matter is, I was paid to watch the movies. Gilbert was paid to show up and say things.
Okay, so do you have an affinity for horror movies? Do you like them? Or is it that?
No, I have an affinity for a paycheck. No, actually, I do enjoy. I enjoy bad films.
Bad films are great, and
Yeah.
I think there's a resurgence of that, and I think there's a young group of people coming up that really yearn for the up all night days and the movie.
There is.
Those hosted
Absolutely
movies.
is.
But so many people like horror genre for so many different reasons, and I just never thought about it because I'm not a big fan of it.
No, you know what? I find personally most horror films, slasher films, to be, they don't have a lot of imagination. I mean, you can sort of guess where the next thing is happening. I do like the crappy ones that you can make fun of or see the strings or see the mistakes. Those are more fun.
Well, the special effects, I think, were great back then because if you died, you had to put like a capsule in your mouth and really, and hit it. Nowadays, with really high-end films,
that's all CGI.
The special effects are after. They're done after the film. So
absolutely.
There was something, about the taste of that disgusting blood in your mouth. I did a couple of those B films myself. But so what do you think's the most favorite thing for you? Producing, directing, writing, working with actors, or
you know what? The truth of the matter is, whatever is on the plate at the time. I mean, some of the things I've fallen into by default.
Right.
Thankfully, I do like to write, but the truth is, at this point, I've been doing a lot of writing and posting with Hallmark Channel. But if the opportunity comes up to direct or do other things, I'm there. Why not?
Hey, I'm still out here. I don't care how old I am. I'm doing it. No, because you know what? I moved out to LA. Really, my dream was to be on a sitcom. That was my dream. I it was like little theater. And, I did a lot of roles, and especially in the late 80s on a lot of sitcoms. And I have my own thoughts why that didn't really pan out that way. But it was just a different time. I still love the written word more than reality. As much as reality as I've done, I think, in all the talk shows, I think reality is not so real. This is more real, like when the wrong clip is coming up.
That's why this is great. If it's too perfect, it's not much fun.
It absolutely.
Well, and
Marty,
that was.
I'm going to say bye only because we've got 5 amazing people. You're one of them. Will you come back on another night when we get the clips in a row?
If you ask, I'll be there.
Oh my gosh! And your wife has to make an appearance too. Where can we find the book? Where can we find the Bugbearian?
You can find it at Amazon. You can find it on iTunes, Barnes and Noble. You can find it just about anywhere. If you go to the website, you can see the places it's available.
Concerts me gusta más. Siento tan fresco tu aliento, bésame más.
Certs, con su dorada gotita de Redsin, refresca tu aliento.
Dame Certs, quiero sentir también su gusto dulce en tu besar. Acércate, bésame, con Certs me gusta más.
Beso fresco, beso dulce con Certs, 2 mentas en una.
Hi, it's Rhonda Shear, and some of you may remember me from USA Up All Night, and some of you may be watching me on HSN, where I sell my own line of Rhonda Shear intimate apparel. Well, whatever. I would love to send messages to your family, to your friends, just anything that you're excited about. I'm happy to send that message to you. So remember, love and sizzle kisses from Rhonda. I'm ready to be booked.
Hi, it's Rhonda, back with more exciting discount phone lines. This time, it's one for the girls, because when you dial 1-899-0-RHONDA, we've got hot guys sharing hot secrets.
Howdy, I'm Daily Buck Pike. Buckarettes, call 1-899-RHONDA and ask for the Buck Off line. I'll tell you how to get a buck off almost everything, including this phone call. If you're not interested, well, you can just buck off. Gotcha.
Ooh, and if you think that was exciting, look who we've got on the high energy line at 1-899-0-RHONDA.
Calling all women. This is Bill Fox. Call me on the high energy line at 1-899-0-RHONDA. Feeling a little down? A little depressed? Then call me on the high energy line. I'll deliver a truckload of excitement and high energy. Call me for a jolt. Please.
They're hot, they're hunks, and they're all yours by calling 1-899-0-RHONDA. Call now.
Tonight's your night, buddy boy. Tonight, last night of freedom, you poor bastard. I told you guys, I didn't want a bachelor party.
But first, we got a little surprise for you, and I think you're gonna like her. I mean, it.
Here I am, boy! Where's the bachelor boy? I've got some great moves for you.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
Well, you wanted a tap dancer. I threw the clown outfit in for free because I'm that kind of girl.
You wanted a lap dancer. A lap dancer.
Well, I don't know that thing. Anyway, hi, I'm Rhonda Shear, USA, all night. And of course, we have 2 movies for you. But first up, it's Duckman, where Ajax becomes a poet. Okay, what do you want to see, guys?
I want to see what's under that purple toupee you got there.
Okay, sure. Let's start watching Duckman on USA Up All Night. This is a time step watch. Up, okay. Top.
You guys sure are great to hire a tap dancing clown for the bachelor party.
I know I said a lap dance.
But you lucked out and you got me instead.
Maybe if you jumped up and down a little bit while you danced, like in my lap.
How about if I ride a unicycle?
My lap.
I'm Rhonda Shear, USA Up All Night. We're getting back to Duckman right after these messages.
Come on.
Good time?
No.
Come on, just spit it out. Tell me how you really feel. Hi, Rhonda Shear USA, up all night. Now, let's get back to Duckman. Hey guys, this is a bachelor party. Anybody want a little action?
This is just great. We order a lap dancer, and we get a tap dancer. A clown tap dancer. Open still my beating zipper.
See? I knew you'd like me. Hi, I'm Rhonda Shear USA, up all night. Let's start watching Beach Girls, the winner of the Booby Prize at the Big Can Film Festival.
This is the fifth time I've showed you. I'm not going to show you how to lap dance again. Just do it. We're just friends. You are the...
I just don't get it. Could someone else show me?
I don't have to say some dance.
I It's very confusing.
It's not that hard.
We'll get back to Beach Girls on USA up all night right after this. Could you show me one more time? Hold on, guys. Rhonda Shear USA up all night at American Trash in New York City. We were watching Beach Girls, where a monogamous relationship to these women is one guy on top at a time. Now back to Beach Girls on USA up all night. Hi, it's Rhonda USA, up all night reading one of your fan letters. Dear Rhonda, what gets you all hot and bothered? Jeremy, Mason City, Illinois. Well, Jeremy, I have to say at this time of the year, the A train, because you have people all on top of each other and they just stuck together and smell it. It's really disgusting and gross. It's New York. We'll get back after this. I'll dance any dance you want. Anything for you, bachelor baby. As long as it's tap!
Hey, guys, you threw me this bachelor party. You gotta suffer through it, too.
Hi, Rhonda Shear USA, up all night at American Trash in New York City at a bachelor party. And coming up in Beach Girls, a horny old man watches girls in bikinis through his telescope until his wife catches him reaching for his Big Dipper. Beach Girls on USA, up all night.
Take it off, take it off, take it off, take it off.
Oh, you nasty boys, what do you really want?
Take it off, take it off, take it off, take it off.
Strange bunch of guys, but hey, it's New York City. Let's get back to Beach Girls on USA up all night right after these messages.
Go.
I can't tap to this. I can't. I need something like do-da, da-da-da-da-da-da, do-da. I can't tap to this.
Stripping music, for God's sake. Just strip.
I need tapping music.
He wanted a lap dance, not a tap dancer.
Rhonda Shear here at American Trash in New York City. It's a bachelor party. We'll be back with Beach Girls after these messages. Do-da, do-da, da-da-da-da-da-da, do-da, do-da.
Thanks, guys. This is the best bachelor party I ever could have had. Lots of sex, lots of fun. Wait till you get married.
Hi, Rhonda Shear USA, up all night here at American Trash in New York City, entertaining at a bachelor party. The only way I know how, tap dancing. And we're also watching Beach Girls. And coming up, the girls spend a beautiful day sailing, swimming, and drowning.
Finally, something we can root for.
Beach Girls on USA, up all night. So you split up into 2 teams, okay? 2 teams. And then you say, Red Rover, will green come over? And then whoever's wearing green comes running over and you try to catch them.
And then you take your clothes off?
No, that's not really part of the game. Hi, I'm Rhonda Shear, USA, up all night here at American Trash in New York City at a bachelor party. We'll be back with Beach Girls right after these messages.
And then you take your clothes off?
No, I'm a tap dancer.
I guess it's sexy.
Well, they convinced me this is a new form of tap dancing. Hi, it's Rhonda Shear USA, up all night here at American Trash in New York City. And coming up, the smugglers' drugs wash up on shore, and one of the girls makes out with a stranger like there's no tomorrow. It's the French kiss connection as we get back to Beach Girls on USA, up all night. Da, 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 da.
You really do kids' parties?
Yeah, she did all my kids' parties.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Shear USA, up all night here at American Trash in New York City. Coming up, scenes of pill popping, pot smoking, and mud wrestling fill the screen. It may look like Congress is back in session, but it's Beach Girls on USA, up all night.
Didn't we go to college together?
Well, I don't know quite how to thank you guys for hiring a tap dancing clown for my bachelor party.
Actually, maybe you could chip in.
Chip in? Chip in? This is my last night of freedom. There's supposed to be a naked woman dancing on my lap, not dancing tap. And you want me to chip in?
Well, we kind of blew our wad on that Yankee Doodle Dandy number.
Yeah, that was very good. It was good. Yeah, it was very good.
Thank you.
Yo, you going up? Give me a
Hi,
chair.
I'm Rhonda Shear USA, up all night. Now we'll get back to Beach Girls right after these messages. Encore! I'm a Yankee Doodle Dan.
Hey, yeah.
Yankee
All
Doodle
right.
Dan. Come on, guys. It's a bachelor party. Hi, I'm Rhonda Shear USA, up all night here at American Trash in New York City. And we're watching Beach Girls. And coming up, the Coast Guard crew rushes onto the beach.
Wow! A sudden declaration of war.
A national emergency?
Nope. They're getting their pictures taken with David Hasselhoff. Beach Girls on USA, up all night.
Frank, what were you thinking?
Dumb. It's crazy. That's what you're
Works. You can dance. Dance, Remy.
Ta-da! And now, the conclusion of Beach Girls on USA, up all night. More dancing?
Oh, yeah. More dancing.
I guess that was a yes. Hi, I'm Rhonda Shear USA, up all night here at American Trash in New York City. Well, that was the end of Beach Girls, which brings us to Private School, a film about teenagers who spend their every waking moment thinking about sex.
Hey, you giving out sex? She's gonna have sex?
Hey, I'm first.
I've never had clown sex before.
I bet your girlfriend can't say the same thing.
What a clown!
Let's start watching Private School on USA, up all night.
Sex clown woman, yeah, you know she's moving like a sex clown woman.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You sure you wouldn't want to see me tap dance?
my God, I just realized. I'm trying to get a clown naked. Now I know I'm going to hell.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Shear, USA, up all night, and we're watching Private School, where a sex education teacher explains to her young female students about pollination. Coming up, a very large group of worker bees with big smiles. Private School on USA, up all night.
It's
Hi, I'm Rhonda Shear, USA, up all night here at American Trash in New York City. Well, we've been watching Private School, and coming up, the boys play a video game called The Big Score that pants and moans. Unfortunately for the boys, it tilts prematurely. It's Private School on USA, up all night.
Slam it, clown. Slam it, clown, yeah.
They wanted a lap dancer. They got a tap dancer. Hi, I'm Rhonda Shear, USA, up all night at American Trash. And coming up, a group of guys wearing dresses and lipstick get shut down by a girl in bra and panties. Hey, it's not a Madonna tour. It's Private School on USA, up all night. And I'm bringing my stockings down one at a time, down my long, silky, sexy leg. Oops, there goes one. Is that what you guys want?
Yeah, but stop yelling. Use the phone.
Okay. Hi, I'm Rhonda Shear, USA, up all night. Now, back to Private School right after these messages.
Hello? Hello?
Okay.
Bachelor party?
Okay, where was I? Okay, my stockings are down. Okay, and my bra, it's about ready to burst off of me just because I'm looking at you. I mean, all of you. Huh? Now, you're not upset because you're getting married, are you? Oh, there. It's not that bad.
No, that's not the problem. I'm liking it. I'm really, really liking it.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Shear, USA, up all night. We'll get back to Private School right after these messages.
My fiance won't do anything. She won't dress up like a clown. She won't tap dance. All she wants is sex.
Yeah, you're telling me.
I like clowns that get naked. It reminds me of when I used to go to the circus as a kid. My dad always got me backstage. Am I alone in this? That ever happened to you guys? Nah.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Shear, USA, up all night here at American Trash. And as we return to Private School, Matt and Phoebe rent the honeymoon suite for their first time because they know there's nothing better for sex than pretending to be being married.
It's coming up. Yeah. He didn't have to hit it. Yeah, right.
It's Private School on USA, up all night. And now the conclusion of Private School on USA, up all night. Hey, where did everyone go? Gosh, these bachelors have no stamina. Not like in my day.
Go Rhonda, go Rhonda, go Rhonda, go Rhonda, go Rhonda, go Rhonda.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Shear, USA, up all night here at American Trash in New York City. And speaking of American Trash, that was the end of Private School and the end of this portion of USA, up all night. But I'll be back again next week. We'll do the same thing all over again with 2 more movies and Duckman. Hey guys, what do you think? Did you have a good time at the bachelor party? This is better than a naked girl, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Gotta go to my next party. Bye.
Social life.
Rhonda Shear. And some of you may remember me from USA Up All Night. And some of you may be watching me on HSN, where I sell my own line of Rhonda Shear intimate apparel. Well, whatever. I would love to send messages to your family, to your friends, just anything that you're excited about. I'm happy to send that message to you. So remember, love and sizzle kisses from Rhonda. I'm ready to be booked.
Social life.
And we are back inside Art Gecko Southwest Grill at Circus Circus Hotel Casino in downtown Reno. My next guest is lovely and talented and funny. And did I mention gorgeous? She's a comedian, a TV person, actress, all that stuff. She's headlining Just for Laughs, the comedy club inside the Reno Hilton. 2 shows tonight at 8:30 and 10:30. One more tomorrow night at 8:30. For tickets, call 789-2285. This is Rhonda Shear. Rhonda, thanks for coming over.
Glad to be here. It's been great. Surrounding.
Nice atmosphere.
We
here?
need a margarita and then I'll feel terrific.
Well, see, we were thinking of doing this show inside of a studio, but we figured we might as well use their multi-million-dollar set.
Absolutely. No, I love that about Reno. This is only my second time working here in the city, and I love it.
Let me just say that I always enjoy a guest that is on the show that I've seen naked. We should bring this up that you did one of the. Well, yeah. Now you're just sort of rubbing it in, showing off, aren't you? One of the Playboy women of comedy. And
yes, I 3 different layouts for Playboy. First, I did it as a child, with all my clothes on, and got more trouble back then in a layout called Women of the South.
Mm-hmm.
And I was dethroned as I was Miss Louisiana, not as Miss Louisiana, but another title I was holding. They dethroned me. It was just awful back then. Then I decided, when I started doing stand-up in '91, there was a layout called Women of Comedy. And I actually put the whole thing together and got other girls to take off their clothes because everybody could think, but you don't look like a comic. And I said, well, you don't have to look like a comic or whatever a comic looks like. You can be funny any way you look. So I did that. And then they came back to me in '93 after Up All Night was on the air and asked me to do a celebrity pictorial. So 3 times I've graced the pages of Playboy.
Yes, and in fact, one of your friends, Diana Jordan, has been on this show many times, and you're also appearing with her now. She was in that layout with you originally.
Yeah, we are doing this Rhonda Shear Up All Night Slumber Party, which is 5 women on stage in their pajamas doing stand-up, and not just stand-up, but sketches and audience interplay, and it's really a cool show because it's like it embodies everything that Up All Night was, except with 5 headliners: Diana Jordan, Sheila Kay, Joan Fagan. And we just have a great time on stage. I mean, we just sit down and have a party. So men like it because it's voyeuristic, we're in our jammies, and women like it because it's girls talking.
It's a little how Jenny Jones got her start. She had like a ladies' out, ladies' night out kind
girls'
of thing.
night out, which was just women. She didn't allow any men in the club, even bartending. But this is really even placed better for couples. We're starting at the Ice House in Pasadena once a month on their singles night, once a week rather. And then we're going to be at the Tempe Improv in the next few weeks. Check when I can't remember days.
Check the
schedule. And we go to Vegas after this. Bobby and I, who's my significant other, or at least is my other, how significant I don't know, but we have many shows out there in comedy. We do almost like a battle of the sexes sort of show. That's what you'll see tonight, where I go out first and Bobby comes out and we come back together, and then we take questions from the audience, and people love it because we're a real couple. There's no other couples doing what we do. No one's doing it out there because there's no real couples doing comedy.
Always, in fact, you did it once with Bobby Slayton, didn't you?
Yes, I did. But that was like, they really wanted to put us together, but we had never really worked. I love Bobby, but we had never really worked together. So he was like not really thrilled about it. So I forced him into doing the questions at the end, and that worked out. But see, with Bobby and I, my act leads him into his real material that really happens in our life, and then when we go out, it gets more real. Mm-hmm. So it's truly a battle of sexes.
You've been together a long time. How does that affect you on a bad day in the relationship and you got to get out there and perform?
I just pout at him on stage. Give him really dirty looks.
Sure.
I've done that. I'm not coming out, then I go out. But what's great about Bobby and I is that we are so opposite in real life. I mean, I'm fun and he's boring. I spend money, he doesn't. And we're just really opposite. So it really, we kind of speak for all the couples in the audience. They totally relate to us. There's a little bit of both of us and everyone. So.
Plus, you're in the process of doing a couple of movies, too, huh?
Yeah. God, you've done your homework.
Oh, I read.
You read. Well, I just finished one called Earth Minus Zero, which is with Pat Morita and Marcia Strausman. Very PG kids. It's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and I play this wacky reporter that will do anything for the story. Very cute. And then I did this other one called Desperation Boulevard, which is Judy Tenuta's project. I mean, she actually produced it and starred in it, and she's got like all of her comedy friends and other people making cameos. So I play her nemesis. I'm her the star. We started as child stars together, but then I went on and became a famous star, and she's still out there. It's very fun. It's very cute. So.
Judy's a little odd. Is the movie odd too?
No, it actually shows her acting ability. I was really surprised. And we had a scene where she's crying. I'm like, oh gosh. No, I think it'll be really good for her. It shows both funny and actually the acting, because we all get so tight. I mean, I do as the blonde bimbo, which is fine, but and Judy with the thing out wild and outrageous. And I think sometimes Hollywood doesn't see that we all have started as actors or we've done other things, so sometimes we have to go prove it to them, which is, we don't mind.
Especially when you talk about USA's Up All Night, which you did for what, like
8 years?
But you're sort of just playing yourself and talking.
Yeah, just sort of over the top myself. I mean, it was very airhead, blonde, light, breezy the first 4 or 5 years, and then I switched into almost like an Entertainment Tonight. The show moved to New York, so I basically just interviewed people. Then the last year I had the most fun with it. I did impressions. I did Bobby and I did Sonny and Cher together, and I did Lucy and all my favorites from television. So I actually did everything I could possibly wanted to do on that show. The late night show did very well for me and allowed me to do other things. So.
And you're still there. You're like the busiest woman I've ever seen.
Well, the things I'm the most excited about plugging is that I just came out with a line of dolls, which I'm really jazzed
You're a doll yourself. That's only appropriate.
Thank you. So. I'm a big collector. Who would think that Miss Playboy? But I collect Barbie, and then I collect Madame Alexander dolls, and I started writing for a doll magazine. Next thing you know, there's not that many celebrities in the world of dolls. So Demi Moore's a big collector, but she's doesn't sell any dolls. So a company approached me, Paradise Galleries out of San Diego, and they're allowing me to create and just come up with my own line, and it's really cool. It'll be out. Part of the line will be out by this Christmas, so before Christmas.
Perfect timing.
I'm really excited.
I'm guessing this plays out your fantasies of Neiman Marcus and Macy's and stuff, and you get to just dress the dolls. Is that it?
That's it. I was actually thinking of different lines this morning of different things that because they're playing off my name, like the Sheer Fantasy line or Sheer Romance line, so a romance line of dolls, or I was thinking Sheer Siren of the Screen. Sheer Sirens of the Screen, which would be some of my favorite movie stars. So those kind of plays off my own name, which is very, very exciting.
You mentioned Doll Magazine. I know there's a magazine for everything, but who gets a magazine like that?
Collectors. If you were somewhere between the age of 30 and 60 and you were female and you collected dolls, you would subscribe to it. Ray Liotta is in like a doll magazine. I guess he and his wife are big collectors. Sometimes the people you least expect, and he's got like, my wife loves dolls magazine, and so
you can read that while you're watching Goodfellas, right?
Right. It's like, who would think? So I guess there's closet collectors out there. But some of these dolls are worth so much money, collectibles. Yeah. I collect Barbies, and I just bought one for, she's secondary market for like $600, and she was originally $100. So yeah, we're wacky people out there. It's like anything else that you collect, So my dolls will be very collectible. Yeah. I advise that you get one now.
Better than Beanie Babies.
Better, yeah. Actually, you're right. I mean, I have the whole Beanie Baby collection, but they can fall apart, and not really. I don't collect them because they're just material that'll eventually just fall away. Where porcelain dolls, you take care of them are really forever, and you can pass them down. And I've got a doll my mother gave me that, it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know how many years. It's over 50 years old, and it's still beautiful.
Wow. I'll talk about plugging things. Slim suits is something else now. You're a celebrity spokesman.
I am. Oh my gosh. Carol Weir swimsuit. Carol Weir is a designer of the swimsuit, designer, creator, inventor. It's actually a patented swimsuit that no one else can do. It's guaranteed to take an inch or more off your body. So, I tell you what, you put it on, it's like, just pushes your boobs right up. But she just came out with what's called her Celebrity Cut, which is a little bit more sparkly. She's very big on Home Shopping Network and in stores. A lot of women know her from Home Shopping Network. And she came out with this like sparkly or a little bit shinier, a little bit more high cut in the legs, a little bit more glamorous line, and I'm her spokesperson for that.
So how did you get involved in that? I mean, you're perfect for it, but...
I actually met her through a friend of mine, and one thing led to another, and we were just down in Jamaica and Miami, and she just announced, that was the first time she announced me as a spokesperson. She's just a really cool lady. So I'm looking forward to that.
Still, and you have time to do work for Hard Copy and KABC in Los Angeles.
Yeah, wow, he says more about me than I do.
How about that, huh? I pay attention to women I've seen naked.
You know, I tell you what, when men pay attention, they get so much more. I wish Bobby would listen a little bit more. But give me signals like, gee, I like candy. All right, it doesn't take a lot. Send candy. Or, gee, I like that 5 carrots. And I if men would listen a little bit more, pay attention, we give you the clues. Yeah, no, I do some corresponding for GMTV, which is British television. It's like Good Morning America. I do all their Hollywood corresponding. It's like the American Touch and Hard Copy and KBC. I've been doing just some funnier, more irreverent sort of interviews. Obviously, I'm not the straight newscaster. My little boing, boing, boing here. And I love doing it. I mean, that was my background was communications, so I thought I was going to be in broadcasting, but somehow my body just didn't fit with on the screen or any. I just couldn't get into that look. I wanted to wear low-cut clothes. They're like, no, we're not going to take you seriously. So
you have to be far too serious.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I'd be like laughing at some of the things on the news. It would just be awful. So so doing entertainment news is perfect because someone can sort of, we take it so seriously in Hollywood, like, you know, entertainment. So I think if you put a little light spin on it, we're just entertaining people. That's it. It's not brain surgery here. You know?
In fact, you have that British look, the one woman from Absolutely Fabulous.
Yes,
has
yes,
sort of
I do. I've been told that. I know. I could definitely do the Patsy role, I think.
Or she's putting it on. This is you. So maybe that wasn't a compliment.
Exactly.
No,
it's a total compliment. No, I'm from New Orleans, and Bobby loves when I say this. He's standing up in the wings someplace.
Yes.
I always say I'm bigger than life because New Orleans, you know, everything, Marty Gras, and, you know, I was brought up, you know, in a city that stays awake all night long, and I was queen of the Mardi Gras, so I thought it was like normal. You know, Texas women like that too. Big hair makes your hips look smaller. Big hair. So it's just part of your upbringing when everything you do is just sort of wild and wacky. You know.
Well, if you want to see Wild and Wacky, 2 shows tonight at 8:30 and 10:30. One more tomorrow night at 8:30 at Just for Laughs, the comedy club inside the Reno Hilton. For tickets and more information, call 789-2285. Rhonda, thanks for coming over. I appreciate it. How about that, huh? We'll be back
Hola, me llamo Rhonda. Bienvenidos, levantado toda la noche. Gracias, E.T. Was that good?
Welcome back to Latin 101. The USA Network's Up All Night comedy series has turned into a cable hit, and now the network wants to plug it into Latin America. That's the good news for star Rhonda Shear. The bad news is that language barrier.
Hola, E.T. ¿Qué pasa?
What's happening is that Rhonda Shear's show, which highlights bad movies, is doing a Latin American version. But there's only one pitch.
I don't speak Spanish, so I thought it was a little problem. But I'm a comedian. I can overcome that.
Esta noche les voy a decir, se llama la película. I hated that one. That was bad.
The show will be broadcast over 2 million homes in 19 different countries, but that doesn't intimidate her.
Te quiero mucho. I'm getting some tapes, and I do have my little books, and I'll be studying because that's all I can do.
Luckily, Shear also has the support of her coworkers.
She speaks Spanish very well and sort of giggles a lot at me. She's very good.
She also has teleprompters located throughout this luxurious set.
So here we go. This is a set. Lava lamp. They spare no expense here at Latino USA. Levantado toda la noche, and gosh knows what that costs. All right, so I'm really excited. See, and there's another teleprompter. They want to make sure that there's teleprompters everywhere. Here we go. Hula hooping.
We wanted to test Rhonda's Espanol, so we left the teleprompters behind and took her to a Mexican restaurant.
¿Cuál es su especial hoy?
Banana margarita.
Margarita. Margarita especial. ¿Cuánto?
$5.
Yes.
$5.
Oh, 5 margaritas. My Spanish is going to sound so good to you and to me.
Con esto sí.
He knows that.
Shear is so confident in her ability, she is predicting a big future south of the border.
It's going to be great. I'm going to be a star down there. I know it. God. Do Latin American guys give big gifts?
Don't get the idea that Rhonda is boy crazy, but she told us she didn't learn anything in 2 years of high school Spanish. She says she was distracted by this guy in her class.
From A to Y, AdRays in Ventura is your hot summer savings store. Check out fantastic deals on everything from major appliances to personal computers. Like this Panasonic EasyPhone answering machine and cordless phone in one high-tech unit with call screening, speed dialing, and more, now just $146.90. Or this Panasonic double cassette tape player with AM/FM stereo. It goes where you go. And during AdRay's end of summer sale, it goes for only $68.90. Hurry to AdRay's in the Victoria Shopping Center, where there's more in store for you.
Stuck at home and you don't know what to do. Hold on, baby, Rhonda Shear's got you. Grab your computer, log on, baby, you got the power. It's the Rhonda Shear Social Live. It's the Rhonda Shear